to Cold Waters. This is David Steele, or Captain Numpty, and today's mission is to intercept some tenders heading towards the Greenland Sea, but we've encountered some Soviet submarines along the way. This encounter here, I'm pretty certain that this is not, well, as far as I can be sure, this is not our primary target. This is at least one enemy submarine that appears to have
new contact bearing
happened upon
2,
us.
4, 1, designated Sierra 1.
No, I say happened upon us. They've got a pretty good idea that we're out here, given that we've just sunk some of their buddies, because that's how we roll in a skipjack these days. So let's see what this is. I think it's a diesel-electric Soviet submarine. It looks like it might be a Foxtrot. Oh, a Romeo. It's not a whiskey. I'm pretty sure that it's a Romeo.
Sierra 1 is classified
That's
as
a Romeo.
submerged
So
submarine.
it is a slow Russian diesel-electric. Okay, now I can pretty much tackle this from a distance. I don't need to worry too much about it escaping. But first things first, let's get down to its depth. Right, let's go.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
For the sake of it, we'll run it in ultra quiet.
Make depth 350
I could
feet.
use my active
Bye.
sonar here. I can outrun him. I don't know whether I can outgun him. What a set 35s. Are they any good? 880 yards. So not the most effective. He's probably not going to hear me either. He can dive deep. He can dive deeper than I can by almost 300 feet. And he has a pike jaw active sonar. Yeah, I don't think he's no great threat. Well, I'm saying that he could be a threat because never discount what the Soviets can do. And something else to bear in mind: this is the only contact I can see. There may be another one, or another two, or maybe even more out there. So I am gonna, let's just see. Reckons it doesn't think he can hear me at all. Well, that's good. 4,000 yards. It's pretty close. I think I just want to wait this out a little bit. I'm getting down to his depth. Now, the reason why I'm getting down to his depth is if I fire a torpedo in his direction, it's got a greater chance of actually picking him up. So far, so good. I'm going to keep this aspect ratio. I think I want to... Oh, hello. I think I want to turn towards him. And yet, at the same time, maybe I don't. Yeah, I think I do, just to try and get a better signal on him, a better acoustic signal. So let's
Come right to
turn
2,
towards him
4,
there.
3,
Let's
helm
prepare
aye.
torpedo tube number 1. With a little friend for our Romeo colleague here. Well, he's not a colleague, is he? The enemy submarine. Now I could absolutely go to active sonar, get a good ping, and fire a torpedo, but that will result in him firing at least one in my direction, and he might fire more than one. Interestingly, though, lost a bit of solution on him. 36%. It was 50% just a few minutes ago, and I know I'm turning towards him. 5%. Okay.
Con, dive at 400 feet. Dive high.
Kind of makes sense in the sense that we don't have our towed array pointing towards him, and it looks like he's moving away from us.
Con sonar lost contact.
him. Wow.
Sierra 1, last bearing 250. Contact faded.
I could just fire a torpedo in that general direction, but I think what I'm going to do is head more sort of southwest,
Come
south,
left
like
to
so,
201, helm aye.
and see if we can pick something up before we go active. I'm sorely tempted to just go active. I can outrun him. If I know where his torpedoes are coming from, I've got a good chance of being able to outrun them. He will hear me and wire-guide his torpedoes in my direction. I assume that these are wire-guided torpedoes. actually know for sure.
Con, helm, steady course.
Let's do a bit of accelerate time. See if we pick him up. Nothing. Okay, let's go
Con
active.
sonar, switching to active search.
This will have gotten his attention. And this torpedo is primed, ready to launch in his direction. Okay.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing. Con sonar, launch
Oh,
transient
see what I mean?
from Sierra
There's
1.
more than one.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Really? That's disappointing. So I
Con
lost the wire
sonar,
immediately.
Launch transient from Sierra
On my
1.
way. I think what I want to do
Con
is
sonar,
fire.
launch transient from Sierra
Wow,
1.
torpedo in this direction. Let it live immediately. And then crank on.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Yep, that's awesome. I don't care about cavitating.
Come left to 098. Helm I.
Let's get my depth down to 700 feet.
Make depth 700
Okay, so
feet. Dive
very
by.
quickly what happened there, I was correct. There was not one submarine, there was two.
Con
Let's turn off my
sonar,
active
switching to
sonar.
passive search.
And because there were two,
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Con, helm, steady course.
ping one, fantastic. The other one also I didn't
Con
pick him up
sonar,
until
no
too
longer
late.
cavitating.
And he may or may not have fired upon me. He's down here somewhere. I'm getting out of these three torpedoes away now. I think one of them, not a threat. The one that's heading north. These latter two most definitely are. So really I should turn south towards the contact that's pinging me right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, I think. Just run parallel to my torpedo.
Come
What I
right
want to try and do here
192.
is get out of the
Helm I.
sensor range of these two incoming torpedoes that are fast approaching me. I don't hear them yet, but I will any moment.
Con, helm, steady course.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Okay. There's the northern one. Not really a threat right now. Yeah, that's definitely a threat. This one here.
Con, maneuvering, making turns
Yeah,
for
very much so.
3,
I'm
0
going to turn away.
knots.
I don't think I can get out. I'm 2,000 yards away. He's fired 3 at me. I can't get out of the way quickly enough. I'm getting dry again. So all this excitement.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 271.
Okay. What's this torpedo doing? Is it just orbiting? This one's just orbiting. So less of a threat right now. I think I can thread the needle and sort of come round about here. But that's assuming that this is the same quality torpedo, and I don't know that it is or not.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra
Oh,
1,
look at that.
last bearing 274.
Alright, took care
Contact
of
breaking
one,
up.
and the other torpedo, the submarine, somewhere down here. Okay, well that's good to know. Let's bring my speed back down to 10 knots.
10 knots. Maneuvering I.
Okay, my torpedoes acquired the bad guy, it looks like. I think I've got a bit of distance, enough distance between me and the torpedoes coming towards me from the west. I'm now going to run pretty much directly west, actually.
Come
So
right
change
to
that.
270.
Just for the time being. Oh, no, I need to be aiming towards this intersection here, I think.
Come left to 254. Helm
So,
I.
3,000 yards from this torpedo and 4,000 yards from this. I have no idea what this torpedo is, but this one should not pick me up.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 219.
This torpedo is doing a very good job of
Con,
harassing
helm,
the
steady
submarine,
course.
which I haven't even detected yet. Well, so far, it's going to plan. I think I'm going to go and switch to silent
Ring shift
running.
for ultra quiet.
Ultra quiet, ultra silent, ultra silent,
Con
silent.
sonar, new contact, bearing 219. Designated Sierra
Go.
2.
Where? 219. I don't see it. Hear it. Okay, I don't know where it is then, but 219 puts them right about here, which of course we know. Did I get it? I don't even hear my own torpedo right now. Okay. This is interesting. He's not pinging me. And we've got 5 torpedoes in the water. There were 6. So, did I get him? And if I did, where's the wreckage? Why can't I see the wreckage? Is there too much noise around in the ocean? That might make sense, I suppose. So, if I accelerate time and these torpedoes detect me, I'm in for a rough time. But this video will be very long if I don't, so let's just chance it. Let's just be aggressive. F9 it is, accelerate time. So far, nothing. Okay. That torpedo's lasting a while. I may have just detected a submarine sonar ping. I don't want to go active just yet. Let's see if we can see what's happening here. Okay. That's me. And this torpedo's running closer to the surface, which means 300 degrees. Okay, that's the Romeo. Oh, hello. That would appear to be a sunk sub. But I don't like the fact that this torpedo's
Come right to 279
dropping
Helm
altitude, increasing depth. I think I got it. I just don't know what it is yet. So, we're turning away from this torpedo just in case. I know we've got 4,000 yards between us, but that's not that far. 50-something knots. The object lesson here, I think, is the fact that the Skipjack is not the best platform, but the weapons are good.
Con, helm, steady course.
So we have, we're armed to the teeth with nasty weapons that will make a mess of the Russians. My torpedoes are generally more effective than the Russian torpedoes. They've got a good range, they've got good agility and good endurance. Good sensors too. Ask me how I know, because they sometimes detect me, not the enemy. I'm a little concerned at this torpedo still. Has it changed its... No, it hasn't changed. Let's just accelerate time again, because what's the chances of there being a third submarine out there? I would say there's a good chance
Come
that there might
left
be.
to 213 Helm I.
So I should
Con, helm,
make
steady
this
course.
up, but I'm going to go ahead and active
Con
sonar.
sonar, switching to active search.
Do we see or hear anything?
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
Don't see Sierra 2, but okay. Maybe the program glitched out. Nothing.
Con sonar, switching to passive
Right,
search.
well I'm going to skip this battle then. It's most definitely taken care of. It was a kilo, and it's an X kilo now. Does that mean it's a pound? Kilo, pound? Freedom units, Imperial units? Yeah, maybe. Okay, well that took care of a couple of submarines. This is my primary target, and I think it's coming towards me. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Right. Hello, chaps. I think that this is the battle, and I'm going to keep it at 25,000 yards. I really want that range. My plan entering this is if I detect those tenders, it's going to have 1, 2, 3 or 4 escorts, probably a couple of tenders, maybe a submarine in there as well. If I detect them at long range, I'm going to drop torpedoes at long range. At least a torpedo. Now, I've only got 1 wire. That gives me a tactical disadvantage compared to something like a Los Angeles that has its 4 wires. Or is it 2 wires? Either way, it's got at least double the number of wires I've got. Right, let's go ahead and
Con,
Kickstart the
sonar, new
battle.
contact bearing 080. Designated Sierra 1.
Hello, Sierra 1.
Con, sonar, new contact
Sierra
bearing
2.
079. Designated Sierra 2.
Just trying to identify Sierra 1 right now. See what this is. Cash in. I'm not entirely sure what this is right now, but I'm going to go with it.
Con,
Cash in.
sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as
Sierra 2.
escort.
Appear to be a Dawn.
Con, sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as
Dawn
emergent.
has guns and a radar, and it's very noisy. It's only 9,000 tons. Okay. Just 2 ships right now? That seems a little... Well, I don't want to say ineffective, but a little ineffective. So, it's reckoning the Cashin's 12,500 yards, and the Dawn is 14,000 yards. That's range to fire a torpedo in the direction. So idea is, number 1, pop my radar up and say, hello chaps. It'll get the Cashin's attention and anything else. It's got RBU 6,000, that's 6,000 meters, so 6,000 yards. So I'm out of range of that. So he's in range of my torpedoes, and I'm out of range of his rocket launch torpedoes. His torpedoes are in range, 17,500 yards, but 40 knots. That's not a great. It's not a great thing. I don't consider those torpedoes to be such a threat. And we've just dealt with those torpedoes. It's moving at an estimated 8 knots. Dawn is moving at 8 now. Of course, as soon as I become visible, both of those targets are going to, or the Dawn at least, is probably going to decide he's left something at home. He's going to track east. And they are seemingly heading northwest. Oh, I've got plenty of depth and I've got a layer. Right, let's get myself down to 700 feet. Oh, that's not good.
Con, sonar, new contact bearing 064.
That's not good
Designated
either.
Sierra 3.
What's Sierra 3? Right, so
Passing 100 feet.
detected a bit of... Yeah, it's a warship. Sierra 3
Con,
is a
sonar,
warship.
Sierra 3 is classified as escort.
And they're both pinging me. Okay. Alright, well, pinging in my direction, or in every direction, but either way. This Cashin may have got
Passing 200 feet.
the sniff of me, 18 knots. I think he has. Right, let's go on the offensive.
Come right to 080.
I'm done playing nice
high.
with these Ruskies. Gonna fire.
Passing 300 feet.
Shoot tube 4.
Gonna fire
Aye,
my
sir.
Moss. The Moss is gonna be fired, followed by
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
torpedo. I'm gonna run on the surface a little closer. Now the Dawn is gonna make a break for it. That's completely fine. I'm not too concerned about that.
Come right to
Let's track the same
077
direction as the
helm high.
torpedo at least. Yeah, so we are going to be aggressive here. I need to get a Moss installed here. Do the same again here. Mosses are going to be handy in this battle, I think. 2 escorts, they're going to be aggressive. And I'm of course threatening them and their very precious tender, who is going to find the pointy end of a torpedo up its backside. That's the plan. Now the torpedo that's heading towards them right now will do one or two things. It will either tack on and attack the Cashin. If the Cashin decides he's going to get out of the way, I'm not going to worry too much. It's going to sneak past him and go for the Dawn. Maybe sneak's not the operative word. I could run to 10 knots here. Excuse me. You know what, let's do a little cheat. Let's check for
Con,
aircraft.
torpedo room
Nothing.
2-4 ready.
Okay. So there's no aircraft that I can detect right now, which is good.
Con, helm, steady course.
Well, the Dawn is quite some distance away. Okay. 13,000 yards. I think we kind of figured that. Let's point this torpedo a little bit northwest, and I'm actually going to run it. I'm going to turn it active. So that's going to increase its speed to 54 knots as opposed to 40, I think. Gives it a much better chance of attacking either one of those.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Tempted to ignore the cash in and go for the Don right now. Don is turning away, I think. 17 knots. Okay, what's his speed? 17. So he's pretty much firewalled his throttle.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is
cash is really
classified
right down my
as
neck.
escort.
It's a Skipjack as well. Does it make a difference? He's a lot of weapons. Test 71s.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. Oh, actually, they're not that much. Yeah. I think I can deal with the Skipjack a little differently. Let's tell my torpedo to avoid the Skipjack and go for the Don. I'm gonna avoid this guy. There'll be a follow-up attack for the Skipjack if I need to, and I'm going to need to. Right. Turn this back towards the Don, and I'm gonna. I could leave this thing running by itself, but that cannon might get in the way, and it may not even be a cannon. It may be something else. I'm not the best at recognizing stuff. This Skipjack's turning away, so I think he decided he doesn't want to engage with a torpedo. Weird, really.
10 knots.
Let's pick my speed up a little bit. Now, if the Skipjack turns back towards me, and I suspect he will, then I'm going to drop a torpedo, and I won't have a wire guided to it. That's okay. I'm going to drop a torpedo in its face. And I expect him to turn back towards me. Now, the Don is going to get intercepted by this torpedo. If I take care of my primary target, I can engage the escorts at my leisure, as opposed to my usual strategy of going for the escorts first and then going for the cargo ship. But meanwhile, it's pegged at the opposite direction as fast as it can go. So this is either going to slow it down or take care of it. How big's the cannon? 1,500 tons. 9,000 tons. The Skipjack is 3,600 tons. He's moving at 32 knots. Probably on his way up to 34. Cannon's turning away. I guess it detects my torpedo. This may be working. The escorts have decided they've got somewhere else to be. Great. Okay, here's the Skipjack turning back towards me, so a torpedo, sunshine. I think I want to get it running as quickly as I can. On the other hand, what's his weaponry? 6,000 yards, so he's nearly in range of me. Is he firing yet? This is going to be a big surprise for Ivan when he when I drop it. Oh yeah, I don't like this. Okay, so he's firing a torpedo in the direction of the Moss, and he's turning away. Is he turning away from the Moss? I think he is.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Drop my speed. Torpedo number 1 has detected the cargo ship, so let's go ahead and cut the wire there. Do that. Reload that torpedo, and I'm going to fire. Let's fire this one. It's on the right hand side. I'm going to fire this torpedo here.
Shoot tube 5.
Okay.
Aye, sir.
I think what I want to do is turn away.
Come left to 292, helm
A
aye.
slightly uneasy feeling about being a little close to this Skipjack. Let's run torpedo number 5. Let's run it active. Let's head to the surface and crank on and head towards this Skipjack at best speed. That torpedo did not go active heading towards the Moss. I don't think they know where I am.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Well, I mean, that's great.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra,
the Dom.
2, last bearing, 0, 6, 8. Contact breaking
This
up.
guy is fleeing. Which is... was unfortunate
Con,
for him.
fire control,
There we
weapon
go.
acquired.
This cannon's turning back towards either me or the moss or this, and I don't know yet. The Skipjack is going to be hunted down by the by my torpedo. I'm turning away just in case. The Skipjack has no idea it's being hunted yet. Oh, it hasn't taken any evasive action. The torpedo's somewhere out here, tracking towards it, and I could put it in as baffles. But I'm not going to bother. I don't think I need to. I think this Skipjack has got no idea of the little shiny surprise lurking just under the surface. Can we even see it? Let's have a look. There we go. He's not... Is he turning away now? He might be. No, I don't think he is. He's going to break for it, but this torpedo's got 20 knots on him.
Con, helm, steady course.
I've got to see it now. It's running right under the surface. This wonderful interception line here. It's right on their test. Good grief. Still no evasive action from the Soviets. Oh, there we go. Ooh, that's a tight turn.
Con, sonar, lost contact.
Not tight
Sierra,
enough.
1, last bearing,
Good night,
1,
sunshine.
5, 8. Contact
Right.
breaking up.
I'm giving a pretty big aspect ratio to this cannon right now, and he's going to get a pretty good return on me. So do I turn towards him? Do I decide I want to tackle him? Or do I decide... He's got no idea. He can't detect me right now, so I could slip away. But it'd be a shame to, you know, not give the Russians a bit of experience of some skipjacking. So, let's go ahead and get a torpedo out. I might lose the wire here. Okay.
Shoot 2-6. Aye, sir.
So far I didn't lose it. Right, well, what do you know? And just because I'm gonna turn, no, I'm actually not going to turn away. I'll let the torpedo do its thing.
Con, torpedo room, tube 5 ready.
The idea here is that as this cannon approaches the scene of devastation with the Skipjack fleeing, this torpedo will be waiting for him. Let's turn it a little more east. I'm aware I might lose the wire on this, and that would be pretty unfortunate because it will be a wasted torpedo. In fact, it's going to pick up the moss if I did that, or likely to. But I'd like it if the cannon doesn't exactly know where I am, and maybe thinks I'm over here, or maybe he just doesn't have a clue. He's slowed down, 14 knots. He doesn't yet know he's under attack. I mean, I guess technically he's not under attack. Let's take a quick look at the cannon, shall we? Yeah, he's not. He's not pressing on right now. Right, I think I can begin turning torpedo 6 towards him. If he eats this to the face, that will probably he's going slow enough. He's got a chance of detecting it at a bit of a distance. But right now, he's heading straight into a trap. We may need to make this, will need to make this torpedo active before it reaches the cannon. But he still has no chance of hearing me. That is becoming quite the intercept. Yeah, eat one to the face, comrade. Still nothing. -2 decibels on active sonar. What was that? Oh, that's a torpedo. Okay. So, I don't like the sound of that. He's turning away. He must have detected my torpedo. He probably thinks that I'm in this vicinity, and I'm not. Let's make this torpedo active. There we go. Yeah, I think... Okay, so he dropped a torpedo, and now he's turning and burning away, which makes sense. It's a fire and forget weapon. In fact, there it is. And he's detected me, I'm pretty sure of it.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing. Come left to
Right,
1,
well, I'm going
4,
to
3,
see some
helm
evasive
aye.
action, and he's right on the cusp of getting detected by this torpedo.
Con, fire
There we go.
control,
Got
weapon
it,
acquired.
Gonna turn up to 10 knots.
Make turns for 1,
Let's make this
0
torpedo active.
knots.
He knows it's there.
Maneuvering
There's no
aye.
point in trying to hide it now. So now this torpedo is actively pinging him, and it's going to be transmitting
Con
its
sonar,
information
lost
back
contact.
to me.
Sierra 3, last bearing
I don't
0,
detect
6,
him
1.
right now.
Contact is in the baffles.
Yeah, I want to run south, or
Come
southeast.
left to 1, 4, 3, helm aye.
Crank it on, I think.
Make turns. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Don't mind cavitating. I'm probably going to lose the wire, but that's okay.
Con sonar, noisemaker,
It's about
bearing
to eat it.
0, 6, 3.
Gotcha. Right.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating. Con, helm, steady course.
Depth. Test depth is
Passing
700
600
feet.
feet.
Do not wish to exceed test depth right now. There we go. Alright, so we are now running out of the way of this torpedo, which is somewhere over here. I don't see it. Is it running near the surface? Not especially. Yeah, it's a little close for comfort there. That's me running away. That's the torpedo in its search pattern. It's doing like a sidewinder snake-esque thing.
Con, torpedo room, tube 6 ready.
It makes me a little anxious to see it sort of pointing its sensor towards me. But I think I'm going to be okay. It's 6,000 yards, well, 5,000 yards away from me. So I think it's got 1,000-yard detection range.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 3,
Yep,
0
that's 30 knots. It's full tilt. Can he go any faster? I'm surprised there aren't any more targets. Let's go ahead and turn it east. I think we're outside of its realistic range to detect me. Yes, I know I said think, but yeah, there we go. Right. Feel like accelerating time. But I will when it turns away. Okay. Look at that. Right, that worked. So let's go to ultra
shift
silent
for
and
ultra quiet.
periscope depth. We're going to pop up to close to the surface, pop our periscope and our radar up, and just have a little look around. And if there's anything else out here, we should pick it up. Right, we're on the surface. Well,
Con,
not quite.
dive
We're
at 4,
so
5 feet, dive aye.
periscope,
Upscope,
ESM,
raise the ESM
radar.
mast.
Anything? Nothing. Great.
Lower the radar mast.
I'm gonna make a big assumption that there's no submarine here. I don't think I want to. Let's go active
Con
sonar.
sonar, switching to active search.
Right, that would appear that there is, I think nothing around. Okay,
Con, sonar,
I
switching
think
to
that pretty
passive
much
search.
concludes today's battle. Yes, assuming that's the primary target, which it was. Okay, great. Well, that's a bit of a result. It seems that learning how the skipjack works has really helped improve my game. So it might be time to upgrade the difficulty. But thanks so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed this. Hope you got something from this. And I've seen an improvement in how I've played the game in just the last 2-3 weeks, and it's thanks to a lot of the people that have given me feedback, so I really appreciate it. Click like if you enjoyed it, click dislike if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much, everyone. Goodbye.